So as you can see, we're stuck inside today due to the weather being horrendous outside. So I just thought I'd take the time to make a quick video on how to predict perfect contact every time. So as you can hear, I'm choked with a cold, so I'm going to do a quick video on obviously how to predict perfect impact, or how to guide you on the correct path to try and achieve that. So I got a lot of questions about how to predict perfect impact all the time, and a lot of golfers introduce a light grip pressure, but I would say the light grip pressure can be a little bit misconstrued sometimes. So if you grip the club quite lightly, your club face is prone to moving a lot during impact. So it's good to adopt a light grip when you've got a short shot, but when you've got a longer shot, you want to grip it slightly firmer. Because if I was to cut through, if I had a shot out of thick rough where I gripped it quite lightly, the club face would abbreviate quite a lot through impact, or the club face would rotate, which will affect the club face aim obviously. So what we need to do is try and get into a habit of, instead of thinking about grip pressure, we need to think about getting our hands in a secure position. And so a secure position, but relaxed, okay? So we want to feel like, this is just a quick fact I'd like to share. So there's 200 pounds of pressure per square inch for the 0.4 millisecond at the swing, or the time of the swing into impact. So 200 pounds of pressure is applied downly into that space of 0.4 millisecond at the time that the swing lasts. So don't think too much about grip pressure, think about the hands moving. So feel like we've got quite a secure grip. So the weight of the club, feel like the weight of the club releases the hands into the ground. So we don't want the weight of the club to be released straight into the ground. We want the weight of the club to work towards the ground, then up from the ground. So what a lot of golfers do is they'll get the weight of the club, so they'll start the swing, and they'll chuck the weight of the club straight into the ground. So we want the weight of the club to ricochet off the ground, so we can create that upward strike, or that correct impact angle. So it's in a word, angle attack. So we want to maintain the loft on the golf club by obviously brushing the club off the ground, popping the weight of the club up, instead of digging the club into the ground. We're not digging a trench. So feel like the weight pops off the ground. So what we need to do is feel like we're throwing the sword towards the target. So feel like we're doing that. So feel like we're doing that movement. So our arms move towards the target instead of open down the way like that. So feel like our arms move towards the target and exit the ground. So feel like as we come back down, the club exits the ground, so it just grazes the top of the ground and the arms are thrown towards the target. So a visual guide to use for this is obviously ball, grass, ground. So complete the swing. We need to complete the swing towards the target. Feel like that the club, as I take the club forward, the club goes low past impact. So a lot of golfers will try and force the ball up in the air, where the club starts to rise too early, and where they don't actually make contact with the ball. The low points, the club's already reached its low point, it's gradually start to rise back up. So if we keep the club lower to the ground, the low point will move further forward, which will reduce our tendency to catch the ball flat during that position. So what we need to feel like we're doing is a visual guide. So feel like we go ball, grass, then ground. So as we take the club back, we want to have a wide takeaway. So feel like we're brushing it. So from this angle, we're keeping the club low to the ground, turn our shoulders, come back down, we make contact with the ball, then the grass, then the club is almost, feel like you're almost reaching for it. So like Mo Norman's swing, where he had a position where he used to drag the club forward after impact. So he keep the club lower to the ground, that'll keep the low point almost inwards to where the golf ball has been positioned. So obviously complete the swing towards the target, feel like the arms have been thrown by, or that throwing the sword action. So what I'm going to talk about is it's important for you to understand impact. So it's important for you to, when you're going to predict how you're going to hit it good, and understand how you're going to hit it, like say you're going to hit a top shot and how you're going to hit a fat shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feel like that for me to top the ball, what I've got to do is I've got to lower my weight, so feel like I'm bending more down, feel like my lower body is almost very static and I've not got much movement. I'm just going to swing my arms, okay? So if I bend my knees more, that moves the low point further back, so I'm going to almost make contact with the top of the golf ball, so almost this action, so feel like I'm going to come straight back down on the golf ball. Try that once more. So feel like I'm coming down steep in it, so I'm bending my knees slightly. So the low point obviously is going to move back the way because my weight is positioned slightly forward, but my sternum's over the golf ball. So I'm going to maybe try that once more. Don't try that at home. So one more, I'm going to try and feel like that I'm going to chunk this one. So it's important for you to understand impact. So feel like I'm going to chunk it, so feel like I'm moving my weight on my right foot, and I feel like I'm going to try and hit up on this golf ball, okay? So feel like that my weight moves back the way the club moves up quite early, and I'm not getting that weight off the right foot. So what we need to do to predict perfect impact, we need to get more foot on our lead foot, or more weight on our lead foot. So the low point moves slightly further forward. Obviously I said with the last previous shot, the more weight I move forward, the low point moves forward, but I steepen the angle of attack. So if I move the weight forward, we want to stand a little bit further away from it and lower our body. Because we're standing further away from it, that will shallow out the angle of attack because the swing path will be more from the inside. And the structure will stay static, so that our body's the structure. If we were to move the structure slightly down, that will create a stable base. So feel like we take the club back, then we obviously keep the club low to the ground, come back down, then it goes ball, grass, then keep it low to the ground. So more weight in your lead foot, try and get that weight off the right foot on the way through and understand impact. So perfect impact all the time, so predict perfect impact every time. And if you feel that's helpful to you, subscribe to my channel at Jimmy Golf and let me know your thoughts. So hit any thoughts on this video, hit a few comments in the comment section and let me know your thoughts.